Okay, well, no idea when it cut off. I've been sitting here just yakking away, having a good old time. Anyway, let's get back over here. It's still drying a few minutes, so let me get this back up here. All right, so essential stencils. I like them because, I like them for a lot of reasons, but the primary reason is they're so nice and thick. So I was trying to see if I had one out of the wrapper, but I don't, so I'll just take out my new one. They're a lot thicker than most of them, and they lay flat. So you see all these little bitty thin lines through here? On any other stencil that I've tried, if I did this to it, it would be ruined. It would never lay flat again. But this one, when I lay it back down on, whatever I'm going to trace it with, or whatever I'm going to create with, it lays flat, and the paint doesn't bleed underneath it if you're doing it correctly. So I could just, lay it down flat, and it's going to stay there. You can go ahead and tape it if you're a little nervous to try it, or if you're a brand new stenciler, but you don't have to. They stay, they wash really easy. So once you're done with them, you can just run them under the sink. And I use only their brushes. Here's two of them. I like them. The handles are easy to hold. They're lacquered, so they're, you don't get the splitters, and they don't tear up easy. But anyway, the brushes are a natural bristle, and they move really easy. I barely will touch my stencil with them. I'll put it underneath the water, and I'll just do this. So I'm cleaning my brush and I'm cleaning my stencil at the same time, and they wash up. They look brand new again. You don't have to. A lot of people do not. I usually do. I'm still not sure why I didn't clean up the bunny one. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is almost dry. So while we're waiting on that, I'm going to show you a few of my favorite stencils. Okay. This one it's a set of 3 flowers. It's got the sunflower, the rose, and I think it's a dahlia. The dahlia is this right back here on this bloom board. It's awesome. Let me pull it up closer so you can see it. But this is one of my front porch boards. And see how beautiful it is? I just did a little ombre on it, and it came out so crisp and clean. I love it. Beautiful, beautiful work, if I do say so myself. All right. And then the sunflowers right here. And my daughter Harley has never stenciled before, but this bottom one down here, she did. So you see how nice it turns out? It's nice and crisp. It doesn't bleed. It turns out just beautiful. I love it. So let me see over here. Here's another one I did with the dahlias. That way you can get real close to it. And you see it just comes up nice and sharp. It's beautiful. Anyway, so that's probably my favorite of all of my essential stencils that I have. And I do have quite a few now. But then I have a beautiful piece in my living room. It's the Amazing Grace. This set comes with 3, and it has the Amazing Grace, How Sweet the Sound, Holy Spirit, You're Welcome Here, and It Is Well With My Soul. And I don't know if it's still on my logo or not, but I have this this hummingbird painting over here with the It Is Well With My Soul. And see how crisp the lines come out? Just so easy to use. All right. I make a mess, so I always have to cover my pants with a towel. All right, so we also have, for Easter, we have the He Is Risen. You can see that. It's beautiful. On their website, they did it in purple, and that was really pretty. I did mine in the turquoise, but he's out on my front porch right now. On the back, I do my porch cleaners on double side, so I have the St. Patty's Day one on the front, and then I can turn them around for Easter, and it says He is risen. It's in turquoise and like maybe an espresso. It's not a black, but it's not a brown. Here's one I just got in. Haven't even got to use this one yet, but it's going to be getting its use. I will have that up real soon. Those will be out for sale and for paint parties and stuff, so those will be good. I also have this one. It's Home Sweet Home, and it's got the puppy prints up here. For mine, I used, I can't remember. I think I did mouse ears for that one because we're big Disney people. And then the blooms, which you've seen back here. And the Sweet Summertime. Mine is over here. I did mine in a white. And then here's one I have not used yet, but they've got the 2-inch letters that you can get, write on anything with. They're awesome. I love them. Ready to use those. And then I have a couple of Christmas ones that I haven't used yet either because I just got them in. Meet me under the mistletoe. Don't get your tinsel on the tangle. Coffee and Christmas music. Jingle all the way. That's that one. All right. So, darn it, it's still not ready. Let me dry a little bit here. I might have been a little heavy-handed with the paint this morning. All right. So down below, tell me what you've been doing for spring break. Is your town still closed? Is your state still closed? And as usual, I'm still waiting on I have 3 more states, guys. I'm down to 3 states. If you will put what state you're from in the comments, just because when I hit all 50 states and all the islands, all the U.S. territories, I'm going to do a huge giveaway. I love to give stuff away. So go ahead and put it down below. Even if you've already told me before, go ahead and put it below just in case I missed it. And if you would like and share this so that other people can join. Facebook is only showing about 10% of your followers, your posts. Excuse me. So I'm brand new. I need those shares. I appreciate it, guys. All right, this is going to, let's see. No, almost. I'm sorry. It's coming. Let me go ahead and start getting things ready. All right, so now I do a lot of my things freehand, but I saw this picture. I wanted to do it as a paint party. So in order to do that, I will buy these tracers, or I will make a tracer that will allow me to do, so let's see, this last weekend I had 18 canvases to do. I printed out what I wanted and just boom, 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 carbon paper right over them, so it was easy. Once we got there, we were ready to go. Everybody could just start painting. They didn't have to take the time to draw or trace or get frustrated because theirs didn't look like their neighbors. It worked out really good. So this is what I'm going to do today as well. It's going to be interesting because, like I said, I'm not dry yet, but I'm going to go ahead and start, and we'll just see what happens. So I'm going to use carbon paper, or graphite paper as people call it now. And my canvas is smaller than what this is supposed to be, but I just wanted to give it a try, okay? So here we go. Actually, let's see. I think I have a used piece. That one's pretty big, so let me use this old one over here. So if I goober it up, it's okay. Oh yeah, that'll fit perfectly. All right. Here we go. Put that down there. Let's see. I think I want... So it goes like this. I think I want these two. All right. So let me scoot this over a little bit. Up. Here we go. So you just lay it on your painting, and you can tape it so that it doesn't move. You don't have to, but because this is bigger than my canvas, I'm going to, just for continuity's sake, just to keep it kind of nice and flowing. All right, so you're just gonna go right through here. Let me go ahead and move my camera down. Pardon the shaking again. All right, here we go. So I'll just run the stylus over this. You don't have to be perfect. This is not a detailed portrait of someone's face that, you know, Aunt Ethel's gonna be upset if you put her mole in the wrong spot. This is a flower, it's gonna be all right. All right, so if you want to do this painting, let me know down in the comments. Just say poppies, and I will get back with you and I can tell you where you can get this tracer, or if you want to do a paint party, we can do that as well. I would love that. Just put paint party in the comments and I will get back with you and we can get something set up. So you don't need much pressure with these, just follow it around. There you go. And usually you can kind of feel where you've been because it'll make a little indentation. Okay, and remember, some of this will go off because I have, excuse me, I have the tape, and that's okay. I'll just start up at the top just to make sure that I get everything that I need. If you are in a smaller area like I am and you have problems getting your supplies, let me know. Just put supplies in the comments and I will send you all the links to where I get my supplies, and they are delivered right to your door. On occasion, I will go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Michael's tends to be pretty pricey comparatively. Although I did just discover this last week when I went to buy a few things that I had run short of for my party. Hobby Lobby no longer has the 40% off coupon in our location. I don't know if that's everywhere. I believe it is, but I don't know that, so I'm not going to tell you that. Just in case, because I don't want to be shot. Okay. All right, go right over here. So when I see poppies, they always remind me of one of my favorite artists, Georgia O'Keeffe. I love Georgia O'Keeffe's paintings. I don't buy into all the interpretations that everybody has of them, but you know, hey, to each their own. I just find her work beautiful. It's very calming and soothing. So, you know, there's that. All right, now I'm just going to put my hand on here, lift this back, lift this up, and see if there's any parts missing. And I made a mess, but that's okay because I can still see my picture. And this will go in the garbage. But this is still salvageable, or this is fine. So I know exactly where I need to paint now, and it'll make it much easier. It'll come out just how I want it. Since I, excuse me, still have my paint, I'll just dry my brush out, and where I need the paint to be still there, I'll go back and I'll touch it up real quick. Since I, you know, messed it up with my, oh no, that won't need to be touched up. Right here, well, yeah. Because most of it is where there's a flower, so it's not going to be an issue at all. There we go. Let's see, flower, flower. flower. And nope, this right here is not part of a flower. So I will go right here, clean that up. And there we go. All right. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, go ahead and clean this up. All right, let me move on. Let me grab my red up here. Go ahead and lay that flat right here to dry. Now, painting is kind of like a big kid's mud puddle. Is you get to do it, except for you don't get in trouble because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. All right, so let me get a smaller brush here. All right. And let me get a bright red. Go ahead and shake it. Oh, couldn't do that again. Okay, let me get you a bright red over here. And some orange. Now, most of you know I use the Americana brand paints for these kind of projects. Now, if I was doing something that I needed, you know, that I was going to hang over my fireplace for years and years and years and years, I may still use this, but more than likely I would use oil paints. But if I was going to use an acrylic paint that I needed to last for years, I don't know that I would use this particular brand, but I probably would. And then just seal it real good. I had to think about that a minute. Because if you put a sealer on it, you should be good to go. All right, I'm going to just mix this paint up real quick. All right, so just going to get me a little red, a little blue. Mix that up. Guys, earlier I was just talking away to y'all. Just going, not even nothing. And then my screen went black and I thought, what the hey, howdy ho? Not real sure about that. But yeah, that's when I realized, oh, they're not listening because they're not there. No idea how long it had been out. But you know, I could have been telling you the winning lottery tickets. Y'all don't know. All right, here we go. So I'm thinking that's about what I want right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and, excuse me, get started. All right, this one right here is the driest. So I'm gonna go ahead and start right here. I'm just gonna run my brush right up here along this edge. Now, red is one of those colors that is kind of hard to get it even. But because these are flowers, I'm not too concerned about it being, you know, even. I just want coverage. And because it was mixed, I'm hoping that there's a little variation throughout it, not just all this flat, you know, color. All right, so I'm gonna paint about 3/4 of the way down the flower. Anybody else enjoy painting flowers? Just me? Let me know what you think. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start over here. Move this on around here. Again, about 3/4 of the way down. And over here's where the tape is, so it's not going to go completely down there. All right, let's start this one here. I don't know if any of y'all have seen, but you local people in the DFW Metroplex, I'm sure it's in others. It's got to be doing like a country tour. It's got to be. But the Van Gogh exhibit, it is a, wow. This is like a massive undertaking. It's a, from what I understand, it's like a virtual reality. You are living in, you're walking into one of Van Gogh's paintings. I can't wait. I am on the waiting list for tickets. It's not even until the summer, but I'm already on the waiting list because I was so excited about it. I am a museum nerd. That's probably the hardest part about living in small cities, is there's lack of cultural opportunities in that aspect. You know, not everybody enjoys theaters and symphonies and that kind of stuff. I do. I think in my heart I'm like 80 years old instead of 50. Because I love all that stuff. And thankfully my kids do too, my little kids. I don't know about my big kids anymore. I know my adult kids enjoy theater, but I don't know how many of them like the ballet anymore. You know. Okay, here we go. We went and saw one of, gosh, who was it? Oh, one of the Dracula ballets. And, I'm not really feeling Dracula, that's just not my thing. But the ballet was so freaking beautiful. The story they told was phenomenal. I was extremely impressed. And surprisingly, my husband really enjoyed it as well. And he's not a culture junkie. My kids, I've managed to win most of them over to my side. But, there's other things he would rather do. But he humors me a lot these days, so pretty good old turd. Okay, let's see. I need to turn this back around because I think I'm going to color something that shouldn't be colored. Oh no, I was on the wrong side of it. With that, I come over here, use my paper towel and wipe that paint off right there, and I will touch that bad boy up. There you go. No harm, no foul. It'll be fine. All right, so let me go ahead and go on this one here. Now I'm hoping I can do these justice because it looks phenomenal, I'm hoping it's at least a decent representation. Now, remember again, this goes off of my paper, or my canvas. Can you tell I've been sketching this weekend? Because everything's about my paper. All right, got most of this down here. Let me go back over this area up here. There we go. And then all right, let's see. It's up through there, this guy. Okay, go down just a tad bit right there. All right, I think, let me just put this right here. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and let some of this dry, but I need to get the, it layered good first. So go ahead and go back up on it, touch it up just a little bit where I see some white or I see canvas poking through. This one goes up through there. Okay, and then this goes right there. Yep, okay. Got it now. Gotta get this red, a little bit more red down through here. Okay. Go a little bit more down through here. Get some strokes down there. There we go. All right. What do you think? Yeah? No? I think it's gonna turn out good. I think it'll be a little challenging, but I think it's gonna work. There we go. All right. Oh, goodness gracious. So, pull some of that off of there. Gotta get my brush nice and dry here. Now, just a little bit of plain red. No orange to it, just see if I can get this to there we go. Lighting's making it a little bit more difficult for me to see here. There we go. All right, so let's go down through this one. Now this is just the bright red. No orange mixed in it. I want it a little bit bolder down here at the bottom. All right, and then down through here. Like I said, I've never done this one before. I attempted a poppy painting with watercolors. Whew, that was a hot mess express. It was bad. It was so bad that my art teacher was like, how about we just do something different? I don't think art watercolor is your forte. Nope, sure isn't. I wish it was, but I can honestly say, yeah, that's not for me. Okay. Need a little bit more of this dark red. Oops, that was a lot bit more. All right, so I'm gonna start right down here. There we go. Feel free to post a picture of the last thing you painted, last thing you created. It doesn't have to be a painting. It can be a sketch. It can be a wreath. It can, whatever it is that you create, share it with us. Because I'm sure somebody else wants to learn how to do that too. You may be the answer to someone else's problem. You never know. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there a little bit. All right. Go back over here. Oops, almost used the wrong color. And then right through here. All right, let me see. Hold it up so I can see it. There we go. All right. Got to get this right through here. And that white just wants to keep coming right back through. It's like a pimple before prom, just won't go the heck away. All right. Oh, right in here. Okay, let that dry for just a minute. If you need to take a bathroom break, whatever you need to do, go ahead and do it right now. And let us know when you get back. I'm gonna try to dry this a little bit. I'm actually gonna plug in my blow dryer, so if you need to go to the bathroom, now's a great time. Get you something to eat, something to drink, and come back. I'm going to blow dry this real quick. And in case y'all don't know, you can blow dry your paintings. Use cool air, though, so that there's no, damage to it. Doesn't make it sticky, All right, let's get this plugged in. And where is the plug? There we go. Do a little rearranging here. Apologize. Okay, let's see. Done here. ahead and take a round, let's see, let me find my round brushes. They're way back to the back. We're going to take, let's see, let's go with like the one that's kind of dry. Okay, well, all these are wet, so change your plans. We're just going to go with one of these back here, a smaller one. We'll use a cat's tongue. There we go. Okay, so that's clean. All right. Let me get a little black. A little bit of black down here. And some of that burnt umber. It's not a very good burnt color for burnt umber. I don't think. I think it's a little bit lighter than what it should be. But I didn't mix it. I'm just saying what the bottle says. All right, so we're going to go ahead and mix that up. This will be for the insides of each flower. Okay, a little bit more of the burnt umber. Not a lot, but just, there we go. I usually am really fancy and I use a paper plate, but today we're just going to use this little bitty palette. It's a small painting. It's not as big as I like to paint, but like I said, I want to try something. But I don't have a whole lot of time today to devote to it, so it's, oh, here we go. All right. So let's see, this one's the most dry, I think. So we're going to go ahead and get the center done. Now, some spots are still wet, and that's okay. That's because I like heavy-handed paint in some of these areas. See, right here is a nice big clump, so I'm going to stay away from that right now. And I'm going to go ahead and back reload. And that's still wet right there, so I got to be careful with it too. So I'm going to try this one right here. Probably pushing my luck a little bit. Probably shouldn't go that far into it, but you know. I'm going to wait right here because that is still wet. I'm going to go ahead and move over to this one a little bit. We'll come back there because I'm making a mess on that one. This one right here is dry, so we'll go ahead and start on it. There we go. Get right on that edge there. And there's a spot right there that I have to come back over because it's not ready. Ooh, this is going to be beautiful. Let's see, do I want, yeah, just the bottom of this here. Because this is the back of it, so I don't want too much of this one. Okay, but I do need all this up in here. Whoop, whoop. This one's kind of tricky because this is the top rear of one and the bottom front of another. All right, let me go ahead and I'm going to get a smaller brush to work up in there. And the beauty of this is I can. Remember, when you're painting, even if you're following along with someone, do what feels natural to you. If it's a brush that you don't like working with, don't use it. It's okay. You know, a lot of people don't like using the cat's tongue shaped brushes. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a rounded end. I enjoy them. I find I get really good results with them. Or I'm not going to say really good. I get the results that I'm looking for. So, you know, somebody else may not think it's a good result, but it's the result that I'm looking for. So just do what feels natural to you. And, you know, you may say, oh, well, I don't have any natural artistic ability. Yeah, you do. You just have to relax enough to let it loose. And it is difficult at times. But trust me, you can find it. It's there. It's there. You just gotta look a little bit. Yeah. Even people who, oh, I can't draw a stick figure. Yeah, you can. It's there. Now, are some people more naturally inclined? Absolutely. That's just like saying, I'm not a good writer. Well, there are things you can do to improve your writing. It may take work, and that's okay. But that doesn't mean you're a horrible writer. That just means you need a little work. What's wrong with working? All right, so let me go over here. This one's going to be kind of tough because where it cuts off, I'm not really going to have much. Take some of that paint off of there. Let's see. And then right down through here. How's that looking? There we go. A little bit more. Everybody has their own artistic ability. It may not be painting. It may not be, you know, there's going to be something that somebody is always going to be better than you, and that's okay. You have to learn to be okay with that and not, you know, feel less than because of that. All right, let's see. On this one, this time, uh-oh, I hear an intruder. And by intruder, I mean one of my cats. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Let's see, is that Everly? Garrison? Not real sure which one it is. And that's okay. They're probably saying, Mom, we're hungry. Time to eat. Oh, here comes my fur baby. Hey, Melly Moose. Hi, pretty girl. Yeah, she's my little shadow. Pretty much wherever I'm at, that's where she's going to be. So she likes to hang out here with me. I think it's more of a nanny boo-boo to the other animals. Y'all don't get to come out here, but I do. Because that's just her personality. But, you know, I could be wrong. I'm not. She's just like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this over here. I think I'm going to need to get me a smaller brush for this right through here to get these details in. I'll go ahead and lay the foundation on here so I can get the backdrop pretty much finished. And then I'll go back over with details. All right, let's see. Make sure I got all my edges. Oh, almost forgot this part right down in here. And here I am going to get a smaller brush. So I can get this right in here. So I learned a new tip from a lady that's in one of my painting groups. I have a lot of brushes that I'll use, and maybe, excuse me, maybe they, like last night, I didn't get my brushes right out and paint and wash them. Should have, didn't do it. Be honest with you, didn't think about it. So for those, they were kind of hard as rocks today, and they weren't sitting as pretty as they should, and they didn't have the nice points that they need to have. She taught me that if you put them in a little boiling water, just get the water boiling, and then just dip it in there for a few seconds, you can put it back like it's supposed to. I'm like, whew, that saves me so much money. So if you have a paint question or supplies question, ask, because you never know. Somebody else on here may have the answer for you. And that's okay. We need a little bit more unity in the world. So if you can help someone out, do it. Okay. So let me get all up right through here. Okay. I think I need a little bit more variation up here. But first, let me go ahead and get some of my brown in here. Okay. Let's see. Get this right through here. Oh. There we go. All right, let me get this one fixed a little bit more. Like more of a definite line there. All right. Got everybody there. All right. Get that all cleaned up. All right, now I'm gonna get some green. Let's see. I'm gonna use, Midnight Garden. It's one of my favorites because it's not like a in-your-face green, but it does give you what you need. There we go. So I'm just going to have bad etiquette, and I'm going to go right out here out of this lid. And I'm just going to go right along that edge and pull it in. Let's see. Pull it in just a little bit more. It won't, it's not going to be a big dramatic change on here, but it will be enough that, you can see it. Yeah. All right, let me turn this around so I don't stick my hand right in the middle of it. All right. Now, because my hand is pretty shaky these days, I will just rest my hand on the side of the canvas. So, I'll probably have a whole lot of green paint on me or red paint on me. That's all right. All right. we go. Let's see, did I get all that? Yeah. All right, now I'm gonna put this right here, a little bit of this. There we go. Now, need the super steady hand now. Just going back, adding a few highlights on the stems. Nothing dramatic, just, you know, just a hey, I see you. There we go. Just a little bit more on there. Don't want it too stark, but you know, I want it to be visible. There we go. I think that'll work. There we go. Okay, that was a little bit too bright, so I'm going to go back over it a little bit. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to use the tip of this one here. Oh, that's a little bit bigger than I want. Let me see. Let me find a small brush. Okay, that one's a little bit better. So I'm just going to use the tip of this to go back in. There we go. And all right, now I am going to go back with this brown and umber, and I want a little bit more of a definition through here. Yeah, just a little bit more of a movement. There we go. Gives it just a tad bit more movement. There we go. All right, I like that better. Okay, now let me get this. All right, let me go back. Right in here. Oh, don't want black in there. All right, let's see. Okay, this really didn't need to be that long, but I think I may do it as a larger one, a time speed up one. Can't think of the name, totally losing it. let's see. I'm gonna go back down through there a little bit. There we go. Get that down through there. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's better. All right, let me add some right over in here. Just a little. There we go. There we go. just about done. Yeah, this is definitely gonna have to be a time lapse. This is the painting that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. I really started painting it not knowing how long it would take. Okay, so here we go. Hear my dog snoring. Easy. Melly. Melly. Okay, so yeah, not so bad. Still want to wait till it dries, and I'll go back over the any edges that need it. But right now, I'm pleased with it. So there you go.